Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be counting down the 10 trucks that only ran once in Monster Jam history. To qualify for this list, you must be a truck that planned to go long term, however, only competed once in a Monster Jam event or maybe even a weekend. Now, this does not include paint schemes that only ran once, so no Avenger World Finals only paint schemes, nor Bounty Hunter World Finals paint schemes, or the 2 Titan paint schemes that were run at the World Finals. However, there is going to be an exception to this list, as you're going to see coming up right now as we get going here on this top 10. So without being said, let's get started. Number 10. Starting off this list, we have the Team Suzuki on the Ford F-150 body. This ran only once at its very last show in December of 2008 at Minneapolis. Now this truck looks kind of strange as compared to the original Ford one that ran for all of its career up until its swan song here at Minneapolis. Well, wait a second. What the heck is this? What the fuck?
That's a bit sussy!
Number 9. At number 9, we have the Medusa that ran in the Encore World Finals 11. As you can see right here, the stars and stripes are replaced with a pink ribbon for breast cancer. Unfortunately, the same could not be said for the freestyle. Just came out there, did one jump, broke the front wheel, and then fell forwards. Oof. That's all I have to say. Just oof. Number 8. At number 8, we have FDNY. As you can see here on the left over here, this ran at East Rutherford in 2012 as an encore. And also, I want to give an honorable mention to Inferno, at least this paint scheme. Unfortunately, this is not including paint schemes, but this Inferno only ran in this encore. However, the truck has been a thing for like 20 years. However, retired in 2005 or 2006. Number 7. At number 7 here, we have Biffy or Biffy or whatever. This is a truck that you might be familiar with because this was in my iceberg video. Go check that out if you haven't already. But let's face it, who hasn't seen my iceberg? So this truck only ran once in 2008 in Brussels, Belgium. Now, I don't know what Biffy or Biffy is, and by judging by the mascot on the truck, I probably do not want to know. Number 6. At number 6 here, we have Bubba, the Love Sponge. Yeah, that's a name right there. Unfortunately, this truck is not related to SpongeBob. In fact, I don't even know what Bubba is. But it's definitely not the driver either. This truck ran in Tampa in 2004 for some reason. And I guess it was meant to be like a replacement for Cowboy. But it was kind of Cowboy before Cowboy because Cowboy didn't run until 2006. And how much of a coincidence would it be then that was driven by Steve Reynolds and it was in Tampa? Just something to think about. Number 5. At number 5 here we have Battlecorn. This ran only once in 2015. Basically all it did was, in an encore, it just drove through a motorhome. Now that would pass off as an encore in maybe the 1990s or the 2000s, but 2015, on top of that, this chassis is actually the stunt Max D chassis. And maybe, who knows, I might do a Max D truck review similar to what I did with Gravedigger. However, there were 3 alternative designs because this one just looks kind of bland. So here's the 3 designs right now. On second thought, I think I'm starting to look back on this one pretty fondly compared to those other 3. Number 4. At number 4, we have the infamous Spitfire monster truck. This made an appearance at World Finals 9 in the Encore. Most people don't know that there was an Encore World Finals 9, mainly because of the controversy that this truck is surrounded by. No, it was not an incident. It wasn't a piece flying into the crowd or anything like that. It was actually the name. This truck was meant to be a full-time Feld truck. However, shortly after that, there was actually a lawsuit brought up by Feld by an unknown third party. And therefore, they tried to copyright the name Spitfire Monster Truck, which made an appearance at Monster Jam Urban Assault, the video game. However, the name was changed completely to Dragon's Breath, but using still the same exact paint scheme and all of that. And the truck was later named Dragon's Breath, and eventually it became Dragon that we know today. Number 3. At number 3 here we have the Punisher. This ran at Houston in 2017, October 21st. It was meant to promote the Netflix show The Punisher, which is a Marvel character. Not much known past that, at least as far as my knowledge, because I don't watch Netflix and I don't watch Marvel either. But however, a little fun fact here: this skull would later be the inspiration for the bounty hunter skull, as you see on the side right there. Number 2. At number 2 here we have Gronk, named after Rob Gronkowski, the New England Patriots quarterback. This truck only ran in Foxborough in 2017 and nearly won. However, it was eventually beaten by Gravedigger. This truck was driven by Buddy Tompkins. As you can see right here, it's not a bad paint scheme. It was kind of the replacement for Monster Energy, as you see on the side here. So really, this could also be seen as a second alternative Monster Energy. But this paint scheme only ran once, but this truck was never named again. It was officially named Gronk, or maybe Gronk 87, who knows. Before we move to number 1, here are some honorable mentions. All of the World Funnel 17 Encore trucks, very plain I might add, just Army, Marine, Navy, Coast Guard, and Air Force. Verva ran only once in Europe in 2009. In fact, I vividly remember seeing this truck in a kid's book when I was like 6 or 7 years old. The truck sits very low for some reason. I wonder what's up with that. Ms. Titan was run earlier this year back in August by Becky McDonough on a second Titan chassis. Nokia N-Gage ran once in Antwerp, Belgium in 2004. This truck would later be used as Superman. The truck did about as well as the console it was on. Plus it ran over the weekend, so technically it ran twice, so it's disqualified from this list. Spellcaster, basically a second War Wizard. However, due to the driver's injury, it was retired after 2 years. Interestingly enough, of the 3 events it competed in, it always broke in racing. It never freestyled. In fact, this truck ran at the 2006 event in Pontiac, the last time they ever went there. Also, a Hot Wheels truck was designed for this. However, it was never finished, so therefore it's unreleased. In fact, a prototype doesn't exist of it either. The red Retro Gravedigger from World Funnels 11 Encore. Not the chassis, but the truck itself. However, the blue one was later used when Tony Farrow would replace Adam Anderson for one event, kind of as a one-off. Monster Jam 25 was at the Encore for World Funnels 18, did the backflip over Son of a Digger. Other than that, it's been a display truck. Alright, enough stalling. Let's get on to the number 1. Our number 1 and done monster truck goes to none other than 106.7 the Drive, not to be confused with 106.7 the Fox. This truck ran once in Detroit in 2006. In fact, it was never even meant to happen. Because Pontiac had their last event, they decided to leave Detroit with another one in Detroit in the Ford field that opened 4 years prior. Now the reason this truck is so high up here, takes the number 1 spot, is because of the driver that drove it. A young up-and-comer by the name of Adam Anderson picked up his first ever victory and the only victory for this monster truck. So definitely has significance to it historically. And with that being said, I think that will conclude this entire list. And now, I pass the question on to you. What is your favorite truck that only ran once? Leave a comment down below. I know I could have filled all these with, like, chassis being run on different trucks, like Mohawk Warrior, when it made its debut, ran on the Obsession chassis. No, I didn't do any of that to you. Or Gravedigger 25.5. That's kind of become a running gag on this channel here. So leave your comment down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on the flip side.